And after less than 24 hours of joining Leicester City, Ghanaian striker that is Jordan Ayew made his debut for the Foxes in their game against Fulham, and I'll be telling you how that match went down right here on Sports Updates Ghana. Also coming up, Ghana's star boy Mohamed Kudus helped West Ham beat Crystal Palace to end their first 3 points of the season in the Premier League. Also, we'll be getting some updates in the English Championship as Ghanaian midfielder that is Amankwa Forson was able to get on the score sheet as an assist creator for his team Norwich in the English Championship. So there is more updates coming up right here on Sports Updates Ghana. Please subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. So now let's get right into it. And shortly after joining Leicester City on Friday, Black Star striker Jordan Ayew made his debut for the Foxes in their match against Fulham. Jordan Ayew joined Leicester City on Friday, and after less than 24 hours without, I don't know whether he had even a training with the Leicester City team or not, but Steve Cooper thought Jordan Ayew was quite ready to make his debut for the Foxes, and so he handed him a debut game in Leicester City's match against Fulham. Unfortunately, Leicester City lost the game by 2-1 to Fulham. Well, Ghanaian chap that is Abdul Fattah Issahaku, who got an assist last week, was able to start and play the 90 minutes of action for Leicester City in this game as they lost by 2-1. However, Jordan Ayew came on as a substitute in the second half to play the final minute of action for Leicester City in the match. Well, this was how the game panned out for Leicester City in their unfortunate 2-1 defeat to Fulham in the match. So it was Fulham who scored the first goal in the 18th minute through Smith Rowe. Then later on, it was Leicester City who got the equalizer in the 38th minute. Well, Alex Iwobi, the Nigerian international, scored the winner for Fulham to beat Leicester City by 2-1 in the match. Now let's check out how Jordan Ayew performed in his first match for Leicester City in this particular game. So Jordan Ayew came on as a substitute in the 63rd minute and he replaced Bobby Reid in the match. The Ghanaian international played 27 minutes of action. He had one shot off target, 13 touches on the ball. He had a personal accuracy of 83% and created one key pass, 3 grounded duels, and lost possession just once in the game. Jordan Ayew was fouled twice in the game and was rated 6.8 for his performance in the match. For Fattah Issahaku, he also played 90 minutes of action for Leicester City in the match and was rated 7.3 for his performance in the game. So that was how Ghanaian players, that is Fattah Issahaku and Jordan Ayew, performed for Leicester City in their match against Fulham. Well, another match that came off today was the game involving Brighton versus Manchester United. Unfortunately, Ghana's Tariq Lamptey was left on the bench for this particular game as Brighton ended up beating Manchester United by 2-1. The reason I'm bringing you this update is because English player of Ghanaian descent Danny Welbeck was the one who scored the first goal in the match for Brighton in the game. And anytime Danny Welbeck scores against Manchester United, I don't know why it pains me, because I love Danny Welbeck so much, and so I wasn't expecting him to score against United, and he does that. He did that at Arsenal. He's continuing that at Brighton. So yes, he scored the first goal. Later on, Manchester United got an equalizer in the match. Then it was João Pedro who scored the winner for Brighton in the injury time to get them the 3 points over Manchester United. So that was how it ended over there between Brighton versus Manchester United. Well, in the game involving Crystal Palace versus West Ham United, there were 2 Ghanaian players in the match. That is Jeffrey Schlupp, who came on as a substitute, and Ghana star boy Mohamed Kudus. Mohamed Kudus was handed a starting role in the game by West Ham's coach, and Mohamed Kudus did not disappoint at all. How did the game pan out? Well, it all started with a 0-0 first half after Mohamed Kudus and some of his teammates came close to scoring, but unfortunately they were unable to break the deadlock after the first 45 minutes of action. In the second half, that was when West Ham scored all 2 goals to hand them the first 3 points of the season. It was Thomas Susek who scored the first goal in the 67th minute, and shortly after, Jarrod Bowen made it 2-0 for the Hammers to end their first 3 points in the game. Well, Mohamed Kudus played 88 minutes of action in the game before he was substituted. Well, this was how Mohamed Kudus performed in the match. So, Kudus had 35 touches on the ball. He had 100% accurate passes in the game. 13 out of his 13 passes were all accurate. And Mohamed Kudus today became the first Premier League player to complete 100 take-ons in the Premier League. Yes, 100 good take-ons in the Premier League, and that is Mohamed Kudus. He was rated 7.1 for his performance in the game. For Jeffrey Schlupp, he came on in the 82nd minute to play the last 8 minutes of action in the match. He couldn't contribute much, but he had 1 cross in the game and had just 9 touches on the ball and had a 80% passing accuracy and was rated 6.5 for his performance in the game. So that was how Jeffrey Schlupp and Mohamed Kudus performed for their various clubs in the Premier League. But these are not the only players who are in England. Well, today as well, Ghanaian player that is Forson Amankwa was in action in the championship for Norwich City, and he played a key role as Norwich were able to perform very much in this particular game as they played 1-1 against Sheffield United. It was Norwich who scored the first goal in the 22nd minute, and that goal was thanks to the effort of the Ghanaian midfielder that is Forson Amankwa, who laid the pass for his teammates Sargent to score the first goal in the match for Norwich City. So as it stands now, Forson Amankwa, after playing 3 matches for Norwich City, has 2 assists, and that is incredible. Well, Forson Amankwa, from what I've gathered, is likely to be in the Blaster squad for the upcoming 2025 AFCON qualifiers against Niger and Angola. So we expect to see Forson Amankwa there. The midfielder is doing very well since joining the English Championship with Norwich City, and it's great to see him do very well. Hopefully next season he gets to climb up the ladder and play in the Premier League or move to a top tier side. But as of now, Forson Amankwa is doing very, very much well. Well, that's all in the update for this episode. I'll come here with another episode as Blasters captain Thomas Partey was on target for Arsenal in their match. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Please subscribe.